Hey, what's going on guys? Mibton here. I'm playing some Chivalry, Medieval Warfare. It's the objectives game. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about here today. I'm talking about a little story that actually happened to me yesterday. I went to a job interview. It was a telesales job. And I went to two interviews. The first interview went swimmingly. I did excellent. I had the interview with the manager of telesales. And it went well. He said that I would make a brilliant addition to his team. I just have to do one more interview with the director of the director of telesales for the company, and that would pretty much secure me the job. So that was all well and good. So I turn up the next day, which was yesterday, for the director's job interview, and oh boy, it just turned to shit very quickly. So I walk in, shake their hands, introduce myself, and that's pretty much every single piece of positivity that came out of that interview, because immediately the woman asks me, why did you choose this company? Now the company in question sells chip and pin devices to businesses, and basically what was my answer to that question, why did I choose that company? The first thing that popped into my mind was sarcastically saying, because I have a passion for chip and pin devices, which obviously isn't the case. I don't think anyone has a passion for chip and pin devices. If anyone does, I don't even know what to say. I think that they need some help. So I shrugged my shoulders and said I don't know why I chose this company. I said I thought this was just a good way in telesales. Well, I actually said this was a good way to market. For some reason, I had marketing in my head, even though I knew that weren't the job role. And yeah, so I kept on referring to it as marketing. She was like, oh, okay. And then she said, why do you want to get into telesales? And once again, I shrugged my shoulders and said, I don't know. At this point, she turns around to me and says, you are not getting the job, I'll tell you right now. And I'm like, okay. She goes, because you're shrugging your shoulders, you're smug, which I thought was unfair. I was only smiling because I was nervous. I mean, you have to understand I was very nervous. It's like the second interview I've ever had to do for a job. I'm not used to doing interviews. So I said, okay. And she said I was smug. And she said that I resembled Kevin and Perry, the way I was shrugging my shoulders and saying, I don't know. Again, I think that was very, very unkind of her to say. To be honest, I think she was just being a bitch. Yeah, I don't even know what that was all about. If you don't know who Kevin and Perry are, I suggest you Google them and look at some YouTube video clips or something, or VidMe video clips if there's any on here of them, because well, you'll see why that's insulting once you know who they are. They're characters out of a show. But I thought that was very unfair of her to say. And she said that I also resembled her 13-year-old son, which at this point I just wanted to cave her fucking head in with the chair that I was sitting on. But I thought, okay, I'll take a deep breath. And what she got to say next, she said, so should we try this interview one more time? And I was about, I don't know, I was like literally one insult away from saying, fuck your job, I don't want it. So anyway, we do the interview, and it was very much the same. I did not know what the fuck to say. I don't know why I want to go into telesales. It's something to do because I'm currently not really employed. I was just looking for some money. I didn't think that was a valid response to her question, so I didn't say it. She goes on to ask if I applied for any other job, which I haven't. But I said yes, and she said, okay, what other jobs? At this point, my sweats start to break out, get the cold sweats. I'm having fucking Vietnam flashbacks because I don't know what the fuck to say. And so I say, and she says, well, was it office roles? And I said, yeah, office roles. And I just go on to say, administrative roles. And then she goes on to say, well, how have you applied for any of those when you have no experience in any office jobs ever? Because my old job, I was a fabricator and welder. To which I didn't have an answer to. I just said I just applied for them and hoping for the best. At which point, she pretty much said, okay, I think we know enough about you now, Jack. She shook my hand, and I was on my way. So, if I'm completely honest, I don't think she gave me a chance from the start. She asked me two really hard questions to start off with, and I just didn't know how to respond to them. again, you know, second interview, I was nervous. She didn't even care if I was nervous or not. I think she was never going to give me the job, which is fine. But I wish they just hadn't have wasted my time by even asking me to a second interview. They could have just said no. Sorry, we don't need you for the job. Or when I turned up, they could have just said no. There's no need for you anymore. So, yeah, I just think she was pretty shitty, and going to carry on searching for the job front and hopefully have better interviews than that. That's pretty much it. So, if you enjoyed the video, remember to comment on my video and tell me how I did, and if you want to see more videos like this one. And you can always follow me if you want to see more videos. See ya.